Hi everyone, my name is Kate, and you're very welcome here on my channel where we talk about fragrances. This is more of an experimental video. I would like to dedicate some of the videos that I filmed to books or movies that I enjoy, that inspire me, and I want to do more of this because you guys can always watch top fragrances for this, best fragrances for that, or so on and so forth. But there are not as many that are inspired by something, that are inspired by, in this case, a movie. And I personally want to see more of those. And I decided, why not make more of those then? I hope that you enjoy it. And yeah, let's begin. Pour yourself some rum or wine. Tea will do as well. And let's start talking about this wonderful characters and fragrances that I decided to give them. If you can see, I also tried to create a little bit of an atmosphere also with my looks as well. I hope that you enjoy it. A little bit messy, piratey, and kind of old school. Okay, so let's begin. I would like to start with the fragrance that inspired me to film this video in the first place. So recently I've been rewatching the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I sprayed this fragrance all over myself. This is Atkinsons Pirates Grand Reserve. Sometimes I do this. I watch a movie, and if I know that there is a fragrance that just screams the name of that movie, I'll spray it all over myself to create the atmosphere. And I love this one. And I would like to dedicate this fragrance to the Black Pearl, the ship that started this all, the whole story. And it smells like all these goods that pirates would steal from other ships to bring them to Tortuga and sell them there, maybe. It smells like rum barrels beautifully. It smells like chocolate, like old books, like tobacco, maybe cigars. Yeah, maybe if you go downstairs, I don't know the name of this part of the ship when you go downstairs and there's a storage unit. So, storage unit, just a storage. I think that this could smell like that. Yeah, I love this fragrance. It's so beautiful. I've used a lot, not because I watch so much of the Caribbean, but yeah, I use this fragrance a lot. I love it. Next, I would like to talk about Elizabeth. So I've been thinking about fragrance for her, and I actually changed my idea. At first, I thought it would be Frederic Malle, Iris Poudre, sorry, but then I changed my mind, and I decided that Agent Provocateur, L'Agent, this original Agent Provocateur fragrance, I think it would be amazing for her actually, because this is a rose chypre with magnolia and vetiver and oak moss. So this is a fragrance that is hyper feminine, and I would call this a femme fatale fragrance. And I do think that Elizabeth is a femme fatale. She's a pirate herself. She is insanely passionate, in love. She follows Will around the ocean in the second part to save him and find him. She gets into love triangle. She's the only one who managed to kill Jack Sparrow after all because she tricked him. She was smarter than him. And yeah, she's amazing. She's a governor's daughter, so she's well behaved in public. She raised with a certain level of commitment to being this lady. But her heart is a femme fatale. She's not a good girl. She's a bad girl. She's a good girl too, but bad girl as well. And I think this fragrance was a little bit of with a little bit of a vintage vibe, but sexy. It's very sexy. I think it would be amazing for Elizabeth because she's just that kind of woman. Okay, let's move to her love of her life, her husband, Will. He's a very complicated character with a lot of layers, but with a tunnel vision. He either saves Jack, or he's saving Elizabeth now, or no, wait, sorry, I need to save my father. So he cannot do it all like Jack because Jack is kind of playing, with everything. Will is not like that. He's a good guy, but also a pirate at his heart. And I think that Beagle by Fueguia is great for him. I actually was not sure also that character when it was difficult for me to find a fragrance, but I think this would work well for him. Beagle is actually kind of the ship that the British Navy used in the 19th century. And I know that Charles Darwin, doing his research, he was traveling on one of the Beagles. But yeah, it's perfect. It smells like like crystallized salts on the border of the ship on its side. Sorry, I don't know the terms well, so I hope you understand. Because the ship is constantly on the water, right? So of course there is a lot of salt in that wood. It also smells like, I sprayed it here. It smells like spices and tobacco and a little bit of rum, a touch of rum. Yeah, it's beautiful. This is a fragrance that will be good for Black Pearl too, I think. But I decided to go with Will because it's a very complex personality fragrance. It's aquatic, but it's also woody, but it's also spicy. So it's kind of Will. I need to save this person, this person. So I decided that would really work for him. And yeah, yeah, that could be Will. It's sophisticated and it smells very put together. And Will, he always wants to look like he's got it. So I think that works very well. Next, I would like to go to Tortuga, this famous pirate island where they have fun. It's kind of their base where they relax or sell the goods that they stole. They do a lot of stuff there. And I decided that Serge Lutens is actually very much pirate brand. There were several Serge Lutens fragrances that I thought were perfect. I just didn't want to use the same brand within this video. And this is La Couche du Diable, which is the devil's bed, basically, which sounds appropriate in this case with Tortuga. And it has this insane smell. It's port wine and raisins and smoke and maybe a little of tobacco and something like cocoa. It's very complex. It's very dark. It's like this black hole. It's like, oh yes, I know. It's something looking at you from the darkness. This feeling of being watched. And that darkness, it could smell like this. Yeah, this is Tortuga. A lot of different scents all together. It's very intense. It's a very thick fragrance. It's not the one you want to spray a lot, because it's just gonna suffocate you. And the name warns you, don't overspray this. Yeah, it's a great, very pirate-like scent. I can see pirates smell something like it. Next, let's talk about Barbossa, the Captain Barbossa, main rival of Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow, sorry. And I actually found two for him. So I couldn't decide. In this video, for some reason, I couldn't decide a lot. So I think Kilian, Apple Brandy on the Rocks would be amazing for him from part 1 to part 3. Because you remember he always had an apple. Apple became a symbol of his dream of becoming a human again because he was under the curse and he was a skeleton. And he just he wanted to bite into that apple like juicy, like, the juice all around the face. He just wanted that. He wanted that feeling. It was the symbol of being alive. And apple brandy, because he probably would have a glass or two of brandy here and there. I think it's amazing. It's fruity, it's boozy, it's amazing scent. I'm actually thinking about getting a bottle. I decided not to wait to make this video for that particular bottle. I just decided to make this video. And in part number 4, where he's a royal pirate, where he's official already, if you remember, he loved luxury. He wanted gold. He wanted all this nice desserts. He wanted everything the best for him all the time. And I think Black Phantom would be great for that period of his life. Black Phantom Momento More. He would probably love that name. And it smells like coffee and chocolate and almond. It's intoxicating. It's a beautiful scent. And I can see Barbossa with his sweet tooth. He would probably love it. It's something that I can see, I can associate with Captain Barbossa. Let's talk about another captain, Davy Jones. A very mystical character with a complicated history of love, not with a regular woman. No, he wanted a goddess who cheated on him, and they had all this drama. And he became, or maybe he always was this not a very good person. That's why he also looked like this, right? Like a squid. And I think Squid by Zoologist is perfect because this is a very deep, dark scent. It's very complicated. It's very complex. It's amber. It's salty water. There's a slight animalic part, a little bit in it. And I associate this with going deeper and deeper and deeper into this navy colored darkness, this dark, dark blue. You know, when you jump in the water or something falls into the water and it's moving below. So, like level by level, you know? And yeah, the incenses too, they add this mysterious part. Yeah, I think it's perfect for this character. Maybe it's the best. I mean, these are good, but maybe this one is just the best. It's 100%. I cannot imagine anything else. I didn't even doubt for a second. Yeah, dark and melancholic scent. You know, when, for example, you swim and you swim very, very far from the seashore and you smell this ocean water, right? And it's balanced in between sweet and salty. So this fragrance shows it perfectly. And the last one for today, Captain Jack Sparrow. I was going back and forth here too, and I decided to stop at Chris Collins. It's actually my new fragrance, Vide Cor Meum. There's something about the heart. I don't remember the translation, but I remember there's something dramatic. And I wanted something sweet. I wanted something sweet for Jack Sparrow because he's very charming. Even people who hated him somehow admired him and even loved him in a way because there's something about him. There's this spark in this person, you know, there's this charm and humor and a little of craziness. Okay, he's insane, but he thinks that being insane and being ingenious is the same thing, which I kind of agree with in many cases. And this is a very, very nice fragrance with a amber and rose and incenses. Yeah, and it's sweet. It's intoxicating. You just want to keep smelling and smelling. This rose is very interesting. It's actually reminding me of Lyric Woman by Amouage. I think Lyric Woman would also go very well for Jack. I don't have a bottle of that too, but still. There's also this feeling of decadence in this fragrance, feeling of recklessness. It's going all in, like Jack. This is not a fragrance for shy people. No, this is not a shy fragrance. This is a fragrance like, look at me. I'm here. I'm cool. You know, this kind of vibe. Yeah, great. And the sweetness in it represents charm for me. I think this could work very well on Jack, and I definitely see correlations between the scent and the personality. So, what fragrances would you choose for those characters? And what other characters, books, or movies would you like to see analyzed this way? I'll be happy to consider. If it's something that I know, something that I think is interesting, I'll be happy to make a video. I'm open for your ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know what you think. I'll see you in other videos. Bye bye.